Hello, everybody. I want to talk about being a smart man of God. You know, you have to understand for most of us, Jesus was able to live totally holy, and that's why after 3 years they crucified him. But most of us, the reality of life is we're forced to kind of navigate trying to be righteous, but dealing with people in this ungodly world, especially, as an Illuminati, this being a very new, very controversial religion, because basically it preaches one true belief about Jesus and God, which means it basically tells every other religion it's wrong. And I could get into the progression of the Word of God, but that's for another time. Anyway, being a smart man of God is dealing with people on the level you have to deal with them with. So, depending on how righteous and humane and good people behave, you have to deal with them on that level. If people are very godly with me and nice to me and kind to me and all that other stuff, I'll help them. I'll care about them. If they need something, I'll try to help them if I can. You know, I'll treat them well. And I understand people ain't perfect, but so the little things, I forgive the little faults they have, and if they having a bad day once in a while, I forgive that. But from there, it descends into people who say maybe I'm a nobody, or they don't care about me at all. So when I'm dealing with a person like that, it's, okay, why am I dealing with them as far as the situation? Okay, is it for money? Is it because of something I want or need? So I don't value them, as a human being. I don't. I don't care about them. They don't care about me. I don't care about them. I don't value them as a human being. Okay, they're people I tolerate because of the situation benefiting me or somebody I care about, or for money or something like that, or they got a weapon over me. I'm forced to tolerate. But I don't value them as a human being. I don't respect them as a human being. They don't respect me. I don't respect them. I tolerate them. I might have to pretend to respect them because it's in my best interest at the time, because maybe they have the upper hand. Maybe it's they, like I said, maybe they have the upper hand for some reason that I have to deal with them. Now, once that reason's gone, I'll cast them to the wind. Like, they don't matter. And when I say they don't matter, this sounds harsh, but I'm making an example of this. They're the kind of person, if they were, having a stroke somewhere, I'd look the other way. Like, they don't mean nothing to me, And I mean, that's an extreme example, but, let's face it, there's times when you have to, somebody may be trying to murder you and you have to kill somebody. That's just reality in this wicked world. But see, realize as a person of God, you don't think like the ungodly world. See, the ungodly world puts people on a pedestal that do nothing for them. From sports stars to media stars, actors, entertainers, to bosses, to I mean, you can go on, gang leaders, drug kingpins, you can go on and on. These people take way more than they offer. And like I said, I do a fair day for a fair wage. I don't have a problem with that. And not every boss is the worst person in the world. There's some people that are nice. But see, this is why it's important to walk humbly no matter what your position in life. Because the peasant you kick, that person on the bottom that you kick, when the tables turn, you might need him to save your life or really help you. And he can turn around and say, you ain't doing nothing for me now. I ain't going to help you at all. And he has every right to do that. And if you treat him bad enough, he should do that. Because you weren't important to him. You had a position that he had to tolerate you for, but you weren't important to him. You know what I mean? And this is why the man or the woman of God has to think like this. You can't love people in general. Now, you care about people enough to try to turn them to God. You care about people enough to try to teach them godly ways. You help the needy. You try to guide the needy and help people on that level, but you don't let people take advantage of you and run over you and just use you and give nothing in return. Don't get me wrong. You get somebody on their feet as a godly person and they go on, okay, you help them and they help themselves, that's fine. But what I'm talking about is, you get people that get in power, especially they get a power and authority, and all these ungodly people basically suck up to them and give them a whole lot of status and honor and all this other stuff and put them up on a pedestal like a king. And the whole time, the guy who's the king is only worried about his own agenda and benefiting himself. And he might throw a few crumbs back. See, that's the ignorance of the ungodly person. And that's not the attitude the person of God needs. See, that's why Jesus said, the leader is the greatest servant? Because heaven is the opposite of this world. See, the people that make it to heaven are smart enough to know the leader should be doing something for them. Okay? Not just because he's cloaked in gold, not just because he's got a lot of money he ain't sharing with anybody, not just because he's got a big mansion or a house or a position and he ain't doing nothing for nobody. And he's got everybody kissing up to him. Okay? The man of God has to think different. Okay? You help the needy, you're kind to a stranger, you try to be righteous, but you have to deal with people on the level of behavior that they're on. Okay? And the more people move away from God, the more leery you have to be of. And the more you see people don't care about you, you can't let it hurt your feelings. You just don't care about them. See, because you can say I'm a nobody, but if you ain't doing nothing for me, then you ain't did nothing to make yourself a somebody. So I can say, well, you a nobody. Okay, I got to tolerate you because I'm getting paid or because of the situation or a family member or something like that. I got to tolerate you. But other than that, okay, outside of that situation, you don't mean nothing to me. You ain't did nothing for me to make yourself somebody. Okay? What you do for me to make yourself somebody? Nothing. So you don't matter. So when the situation is no longer benefiting me or somebody I care about, you don't matter, no matter what happens to you. Period. See, because we can all play this ugly game. See, this is what the ungodly don't understand when they get this, especially when they get positions and all this other stuff. Okay? We can all play the game when the ball's in our court. Okay? We could all be ugly when we got the upper hand. So with that being said, you got to be tough in this wicked world. If like I said, if people don't think you're somebody, just the first thing you need to be going through your mind, he's a nobody, he's nobody important. The first thing that should go through your mind is, what have they done for me personally? And I don't mean what you're paying them to do. What have they done for you to make themselves a somebody? Because if they've done nothing for you, then you could easily make them a nobody. So with that, God bless and have a good day, saints.